the next case, and I'll push the. Yeah, again, I'm not sure why this is before us, but in any case, let's move on to the next matter so we can keep the proceedings moving. It'd be Mr. Antone.
Robert. Here you go. Again, even for. Thanks. What? Hey, Your Honor.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Emmerich Robert James Emmerich, 1/16/90.
Mr. Emmerich, 1 second. Which one Emmerich was? He's a JP. Oh, sorry. Thank you very much. All right. Mr. Emmerich. File's a little out of place. All right, Mr. Emmerich. Evenings, time to your initial appearance. You're being held on a warrant out of, let me just make sure I can see this. Santa Cruz County Justice Court for failing to appear on a disorderly conduct charge. I just remind you have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. Take a look here at the warrant so I can understand a little bit more about it. All right. Mr. Emmerich, I'm gonna honor the bond amount requested here on the warrant, and which is $2,000. It's cash or secured. So I'll honor that. I'm gonna set a hearing for you in the Nogales Justice Court. Excuse me. For August 4th at 9 a.m. We'll notify the Justice Court if you haven't been able to post bond, so they can have an opportunity to transport you. Otherwise, if you post the bond, please make sure and attend your hearing at the Justice Court. Otherwise, you can end up right back in custody. Okay.
Yep.
That's all I have for you, sir. Thank you. You're excused.
No. Robert.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Pima Romero, 8/13/05.
All right. Mr. Romero, good evening. It's time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening based on misdemeanor charges of domestic violence assault and domestic violence disorderly conduct. These allegedly occurred earlier today. Just to remind you, you do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be held against you. Let's take a look here. I believe you're being held on another matter. Yeah, it looks like you're being held in a superior court case. which is not before me this evening. So I'm going to hold you on a $100 bond so that you can receive time credit if that's appropriate in your case. And I'm going to set a pretrial hearing for you for tomorrow afternoon. That'll be at 1 p.m. I'm also going to appoint an attorney to represent you. One second. It'll be Mr. Robin Auld. I believe you had your hand up. Did you have a question?
Yes. So basically my court was to quash my warrant because I was a day late for my court. It was a kind of like a miscommunication. I showed up the next day at 8:30 a.m. So if I pay this the 100 and they squash my warrant tomorrow, will I be able to get out?
Yes, you can post the bond at any time if you wish to. I'm simply imposing the
Okay.
bond so that if you do remain in custody through tomorrow, you can receive what's called time credit if that's appropriate. And so that can
Okay.
also appoint you an attorney, but you're free to post the bond if you wish. If you do post
Okay.
the bond, I'm going to order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs,
Okay.
I'm sorry, one second. That you not commit any acts of domestic violence, and that you not have any contact with the alleged victim, to
Okay.
include going to where they work or live. Do you live with the alleged victim?
Yes.
Okay.
Right now, yes.
Okay.
But I can make arrangements to not go back there.
Good. So I'm going to again order that you not have any contact with the alleged victim, either directly or through a third party or by other means. I will allow you to return to the home to retrieve any personal belongings,
Okay.
and those are going to be that will be with a police escort. So if you want to go back to the residence and retrieve your belongings, then you'll need to contact law enforcement, arrange for somebody to be with you while you gather your belongings, and then leave. You're not allowed to go back to the residence otherwise. You understand?
Yes.
And since I'm sitting the pretrial, I do need to advise you, you are presumed innocent, and I am entering pleas of not guilty on your behalf to these charges. Again, you are entitled to counsel, and I'm appointing Mr. Auld to represent you since you have the other felony matter going on. I also advise you have a right to attend all hearings in your case, to include a trial where, again, you are presumed innocent and the burden of proving you guilty is on the state, and that burden is to prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. However, if you fail to attend any hearings in this case, a warrant could issue for your arrest, new charges could be filed against you, and those hearings, including that trial, could proceed in your absence. Additionally, if you're found guilty at a trial and are unable to be sentenced within 90 days due to your own absence, then you may lose the right to appeal that conviction. Do you understand all that?
Yes.
Okay. Then you'll have your hearing tomorrow. Again, if you do post a bond, very important that you attend court. That's the Pima County Justice Court in downtown Tucson. Please make sure and
Yes.
attend, otherwise you're gonna end up right back in custody. You don't want that to happen. Okay.
Okay.
That's all I have for you, ma'am. Thank you. You're excused.
Thank you.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
William Toby Edwards, June 25, 1960.
Evening. Time set for initial hearing. You will be here this evening based on full count. looks to be 17 cases out of the Tucson City Court with charges related to criminal trespass and third degree assaults, criminal disorderly conduct, possession of drug paraphernalia, shoplifting, possession of, drug paraphernalia, threats and intimidation, and also appears to be a petition to revoke or probation. Oh, and I'm sorry, there are new charges of criminal trespass and third degree allegedly occurring earlier today. So to remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Tucson City Public Defender's Office to represent you. The contact information will be in the court order you'll receive a copy of. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty on your behalf to these charges. Set a video review for you in front of Judge Hale. For September 26th at 1:45 in the afternoon. I am going to impose the bonds requested, or at least some of the bonds requested. There's to be several of them. I'll make that $2,000 cash. All right, sir. So I'm going to hold you on at least one of the $2,000 bonds. There's several of them. And set your hearing again for September 26th at 1:45 in the afternoon in front of Judge Hale. You'll likely be seen unless you are able to post the bond by video in the same way you're appearing for me this evening. If you do post the bond, I'm going to order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, commit any acts of domestic violence, possess any firearms or weapons, have no contact of any kind with any alleged victim in any of the cases, and not return to any incident location or victim residence or place of work. I'll also remind you, sir, that you are presumed innocent, and I'm entering pleas of not guilty on your behalf to the new charges. I'm further going to advise you that you have the right to attend all hearings in your case. Should you fail to attend any hearing, to include a trial, those hearings in that trial may proceed in your absence. And if you are found guilty and are unable to be sentenced within 45 days, 9 days of your conviction, because of your absence, you may lose the right to appeal that conviction. All right, sir. And that's all I have for you. Thank you. You're excused.
Thank you.
You should double check that.
Regards.
If I need to check anything, I was just trying to move that one along. Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Daniel was born about May 21st, 1987.
Tavares. It's time set for your initial appearance. You appear to be here on several different cases. Give me 1 second. I'll give you the full count. 8 different cases. These all relate to charges of disorderly conduct, shoplifting, possession of drug paraphernalia, and criminal damage. To remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. It looks like you're also being held on a Superior Court matter. So in your case, Mars, I am going to impose at least some of the bonds requested in the warrants from the 7 cases, apologize. Make that $750 cash or secured. And I'm going to appoint the City Public Defender's Office to represent you. I'm also going to set a hearing for you on September 26th at 1:45 in the afternoon. And that'll be in front of Judge Bond at the Tucson City Court. So if you're still in custody, you'll likely be seen over video the same way you're appearing before me this evening.
Okay.
If you are released, I'm sorry, you do post the bond and are released, I'm going to order that you not have any contact with any alleged victim, include going to any incident location, and that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs. All right. All right, Mr. Vars, you're going to unfortunately be held in custody for now. The City Public Defender's Office shall hopefully be contacting you soon. However, if you, again, are released, please make sure and attend all your hearings. Otherwise, you can end up right back in custody, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Diane R. Noble, 11/19/1988.
All right, Ms. Noble, good evening. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening based on charges of criminal damage and domestic violence disorderly conduct allegedly occurring earlier today. To remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. Just take a look here, make sure you're not being held on anything else. All right. And I believe there is an alleged victim on the line.
Yeah.
So is this Miss Candace Noble? Are you
She's my sister.
okay?
I'm here.
Okay. Miss Noble, good evening. My name is Judge Padilla. I am presiding over this session. The purpose of this hearing is to determine whether or not your sister is going to be released from custody or not, and if so, under what conditions. This is not a hearing where we're going to be discussing guilt or innocence or anything like that, simply whether or not the defendant will be released from custody. So if you have any thing you'd like me to know about that, I believe you spoke with pretrial services before. I have that input in front of me, but if there's anything else you'd like me to know, please feel free to say so at this time.
Okay, I just wanted to say that she's a very violent person, and for the last 3 months she's been coming after me, trying to fight me. So I'm worried for the safety of my kids and I. That's all I wanted to say.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, Ms. Noble, I'm just going to take a look here at pretrial services report. Okay. All right, Ms. Noble, I'm going to set a hearing in your case. That hearing is going to be on October 20th at 9 a.m. I'm also going to order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, that you not commit any acts of domestic violence, that you have absolutely no contact of any kind with the alleged victim, to include going to where she works or lives. And when I say no contact, ma'am, I mean neither directly by yourself or through a third party, not over the phone, online. By no means are you to contact the alleged victim. Or do you understand that?
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
Yes.
If I release you from custody, you promise me you will appear at your hearing on the 20th and abide by all of my conditions of release.
Yes, I will.
All right, I will release you on that promise that you will appear. Candace Noble, you, as a crime victim, do have certain rights. You can and should contact the city prosecutor's office to gain additional information about that. Additionally, if you have any concerns for your own safety, you can raise them with the city attorney's office at that time, as well as with the judge who will ultimately be seen. The defendant, that judge is Judge Sarah Mayhew at the Tucson City Court. In the interim, if you feel your safety is being threatened, you can certainly call law enforcement and have them respond. My conditions of release are binding order, and to violate them may mean that the defendant goes back into custody. So I want you both to understand that. And
Okay.
so I need you to understand that you need to abide by these orders. And that's all I have for you, ma'am. Thank you very much. You're excused.
Thank you.
Or you can go ahead and disconnect now. Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Nathan William Hubbard Velasquez, sir.
Give me 1 minute. All right, Mr. Velasquez, this is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening on 2 different matters. The first is a felony interim complaint alleging 5 separate counts of violent abuse allegedly committed earlier this month, 3 September. And the second involves a warrant that was issued for your arrest by Judge Antonio Riojas at the Tucson City Court, and this relates to charges of domestic violence, threats, and intimidation. To remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and in the felony matter, which we'll deal with first, I'm going to appoint the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with them before saying anything out loud. I reviewed the pretrial services report, the interim complaint. I don't believe Mr. Velasquez is being held on any other matter besides what I've just mentioned. He was rated a 3 and a 2 on the NCFTA scales. Victim input could not be solicited at this time. And third-party references couldn't be reached. And I do note the 2 prior felony convictions. One from, well, I guess both are from out of state, from 2007 and 2011. County Attorney's Office recommendation is $10,000 bond plus pretrial services. Anything else to add from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Defense?
Your Honor, he's a 2 on the failure to appear scale, so he doesn't have any significant failure to appear history. He's lived in Tucson for 6 years and has ties to the community. He doesn't have his last felony conviction is from 2011, so quite a long time ago. I would ask that the court consider releasing him. It doesn't appear that any of the allegations or that he committed any violent offense. If the court is not comfortable releasing him and intends to impose a bond, I request that it be $2,000.
Thanks. I'm going to impose a $5,000 cash secured bond and order that Mr. Velasquez be under the supervision of pretrial services if bond is posted. I'm also going to order that Mr. Velasquez not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, commit any acts of domestic violence, and not possess any firearms or weapons and surrender any firearms or weapons to law enforcement. I'll also order that he have absolutely no contact of any kind with the alleged victims, to include going to where they may be residing at this time. I'll set the preliminary hearing for September 29th at 1:30 in the afternoon. And on the misdemeanor matter, I'm going to appoint Mr. Velasquez the City Public Defender's Office to represent you. I'm going to note that the felony hold let's double check something real quick. I'm going to set a hearing for you on November 21st at 9 a.m. in front of Judge Verena. That'll be at the Tucson City Court in downtown Tucson. Likewise, I'm going to order that you not have any contact with the alleged victim, to include going to where she works or lives, and that you not commit any acts of domestic violence, possess any alcohol or illegal drugs. All right, Mr. Velasquez, that's all I have for you, sir. You're excused. Thank you. Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Yes, Andronico Arvizu, 02/27/1978.
Mr. Arvizu, good evening. This is time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening based on several felony charges, including possession of a dangerous drug for sale and misconduct involving a firearm. Oops. As well as conspiracy money laundering. To remind you, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointed the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing. If you have any questions or concerns, please speak with them before saying anything out loud, okay? Thank you. All right, taking a look at the interim complaint as well as pretrial services report. Don't note any other holds for Mr. Arvizu. Was rated a 3 and a 3 on the NCAFTA scales. Did have community ties verified through a third party. And I do know there are 3 prior felony convictions from 2007 to 2015. I don't see any significant history of failing to appear. County Attorney's Office, this is an Attorney General case. The Attorney General's Office recommendation is $95,000 bond. Anything else to add from the Attorney General's Office?
Your Honor, I submit on my written recommendation.
Okay, thank you. Defense?
Your Honor, he is a lifelong resident of Tucson with ties to the community. Pretrial services did speak with his mother, who can provide housing and support for him if he's able to post a bond. I would ask that you set the bond in this case at $30,000.
I'm going to set the bond cash secured at $50,000 and order that Mr. Arvizu be supervised by pretrial services if bond is posted. In order that he not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, that he not possess any firearms and surrender any firearms he may have to law enforcement within 48 hours of being released. And I will set the preliminary hearing for September 29th at 1:30. Actually, let me just take one more look at something. All right. All right, sir. That's all I have for you. Thank you.
I go back now.
Yes, sir, you're gonna go out the door, have a seat. That was girls. That was here.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Julian Daniel Ballesteros, 08/04/1994.
Mr. Ballesteros, good evening. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening based on a couple of different matters. The first 2 involve interim complaints alleging felony possession of narcotics, possession of narcotics for sale, possession of a dangerous drug, and possession of a dangerous drug for sale. And separately, I'm sorry, these offenses are allegedly occurred earlier today. And separately, there's an interim complaint alleging burglary in the 2nd degree and criminal theft and criminal trespass in the 1st degree, allegedly occurring on 3 September. And then lastly, I have a warrant issued by the Pinal County Superior Court. And this involves possession of a narcotic drug. Remind you, you have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. On your Pima County matters, I'm going to appoint the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. And I advise you that the attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing. So if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with them before saying anything out loud, okay? We'll deal with the older of the two complaints first. Burglary in the second degree. Theft and criminal damage. I've reviewed the interim complaint. I do note, I'm sorry, on the pretrial services report, do note, there does appear a notation that Mr. Ballesteros may be on felony probation. He was rated a 5 and a 6 on the NCFTA scales. County Attorney's Office recommendation on this matter was $10,000 plus pretrial services. Anything else to add from the state?
No, Your Honor.
All right, and defense?
Doesn't look like he has any prior violent convictions. He also does not have $10,000 to post bond. NSC set the bond in this matter at $5,000.
On this matter, I'm going to set the bond at $10,000 cash secured and set the preliminary hearing for September 29th at 1:30. I'll order that Mr. Ballesteros not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, submit to any monitoring by pretrial services if bond is posted and he is released, and that he not have any contact of any kind with the alleged victims, to include going to where they work or live. On the second felony matter, I apologize,
Your Honor, in this one, for some reason, it was split with the same case number.
I'm sorry, and
Is it
I
so-
apologize. I missed. There was a second interim complaint that was submitted. Again, same case number, but there were additional charges of aggravated assault on a peace officer, 2 counts, and 2 counts of resisting arrest. I did review the entirety of the interim complaint, though, which were the exact same case, exact same facts between both of the interim complaints. In this matter, state's requesting $15,000 bond plus pretrial services. Anything else to add?
No, Your Honor.
And defense?
Your Honor, I would also request $5,000 on this offense.
Will impose a $5,000 bond, cash is secured, and the same conditions will apply. I will add that Mr. Ballesteros is not to possess any firearms or weapons, and will surrender any firearms to law enforcement within 48 hours of being released. And the preliminary hearing day will be for this exact same date and time, September 29th at 1:30 in the afternoon. And then on your Pinal County warrant, Mr. Ballesteros, the amount requested by the Pinal County Superior Court was $3,500. I will honor that and make that cash or secured. And I'll set a review hearing for you for October 17th at 9 a.m. That's simply a placeholder in case there's any delay in transporting you or any further development. You'll be seen by initial appearance judge at that time. All right, sir. That's all I have for you. Thank you. Your excuse.
Carlos. Carlos.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, can you add that to Mr. Ballesteros? Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Yes, Your Honor. Carlos Ofemio Benavides, 12/16 of 84.
Thank you, Mr. Benavides. It's the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here on a few different matters. The first we'll talk about is a felony complaint alleging aggravated assault on a peace officer, possession of a dangerous drug, and possession of drug paraphernalia, allegedly occurring earlier today. And the second involved charges of criminal trespass, misdemeanor criminal trespass in the third degree, and assault allegedly occurring earlier this afternoon. To remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing. So if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with her before saying anything out loud, okay? All right, Mr. Benavides appears to not being held on any other matter. He was rated a 3 and a 3 on the NCAA scales. Did have community ties verified and had 2 prior felony convictions from 2010, 2015. County Attorney's Office recommendation is $7,500 bond plus pretrial services. Anything else to add from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Defense?
He has lived in Tucson for 25 years and has those ties to the community. He is currently homeless and unemployed, and so he doesn't have the ability to post any amount of bond. And his last felony conviction is a decade old. I would ask that the court set the bond at $1,000.
We'll set the bond at $1,000 cash secured and order that Mr. Benavides be under the supervision of pretrial services if bond is posted. I'll order that not possess and consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, not possess any firearms or weapons, surrender any firearms he may have to law enforcement within 48 hours of being released, and that he not have any contact of any kind with the alleged victim, to include going to where they work or live. I'll set the preliminary hearing for September 29th at 1:30 in the afternoon. And on the misdemeanor matter, Mr. Benavides, I'm going to take a look here. I'm going to appoint the City Public Defender's Office to represent you, given the felony hold. And I'm going to set a hearing for you on November 21st at 9 a.m. in front of Judge Cranshaw at the Tucson City Court. The same conditions will apply in this matter as in the felony. Do not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs. Have no contact with the alleged victim, to include going to where they work or live. And do not possess any firearms or weapons. Further advise you, sir, that you are presumed innocent of these charges, and I am entering pleas not guilty on your behalf. In addition to the right to remain silent, the right to counsel, you also have the right to attend all hearings in this case. to include a trial where, again, you are presumed innocent. The burden of proving you guilty is on the state. That burden is to prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. However, if you fail to attend any hearings, they may proceed in your absence. A warrant may be issued for your arrest, or you may face new charges. Additionally, if you're unable to be sentenced, if you're convicted and unable to be sentenced within 90 days, you may lose your right to appeal that. So, you're going to have attorneys representing you in both cases, sir. Please make sure and keep in touch with them and attend all hearings in this case. Otherwise, a warrant could issue for your arrest. Thank you. You're excused. Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Yes, sir. It's John Michael Esteville, 31066.
Thank you, Mr. Vio. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening based on a warrant. Do you need a minute to talk with him?
Yes, one moment.
Go right ahead.
We're ready, Your Honor.
Mr. Estevio, you're being seen here this evening based on a warrant that was issued for your arrest by Judge Catherine Monroe of the Pima County Superior Court. It relates to charges of unlawful possession, organized retail theft, fraud schemes, and possession of a dangerous drug. Remind you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointed the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with them as you already did before saying anything out loud, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. I take a look at the pretrial services reports. It doesn't appear that Mr. Estevilla is being held on any other matter. He was rated a 4 and a 3 on the NCAA scales. It also appears that this is a refiled matter. The warrant was issued on June 24th. Pretrial services noted that Mr. Estevilla may have been in the custody of the Department of Corrections on the date he failed to appear, causing this warrant to be issued. The state's recommendation is $1,500, the amount of the warrant plus pretrial services release. Anything else to add from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you. Defense?
As Your Honor mentioned, he was in custody when the warrant issued. The pretrial services report also shows that his sentence out of Cochise County ended today, and he is reporting that he was released from prison today. He has here a document that says that he has been accepted into an inpatient treatment program. And so I would ask the court to release him. You know, one of the allegations here, it appears, is dangerous drugs. So if he's able to go to inpatient treatment and get some rehabilitation, that would seem like it would be in the interest of the community. So I would ask the court to release him so he can attend this inpatient treatment.
And I'm going to release Mr. Estevilla to pretrial services supervision. I'm going to order Mr. Estevilla that you submit to any monitoring or treatment that pretrial services directs for you. I'm also going to order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs while on release. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
And lastly, I'm going to order that you not have any contact of any kind with any alleged victim, to include going to where they work or live.
Yes, sir.
I will set your arraignment in this matter for September 24th at 1:30 in the afternoon. So, sir, you're going to be released from custody. You need to contact pretrial services as soon as you can, as well as your attorneys, and stay in contact with both of them. And above all else, do not miss any hearings in this case. Otherwise, you can end up right back in jail, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, sir. Good luck to you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Estrada?
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Emilio Mateo Estrada, 11/23/1988.
All right, Mr. Estrada, good evening. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here based on a felony complaint alleging misconduct involving a firearm, being a prohibited possessor, in possession of a firearm, allegedly occurring on August 24th of this year. To remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be helping you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with her before saying anything out loud, okay?
Okay. Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Taking a look at pretrial services reports. Doesn't appear to be any other holds for Mr. Estrada. It was a 5 and a 4 on the NCFTA scales. Community ties through a third-party reference couldn't be verified. And it does appear that he has one prior felony conviction from 2022. Appears probation was ended early last year. County Attorney's Office recommendation was $7,500 plus pretrial services. Anything else to add from the state?
Nothing, Your Honor.
In defense?
Your Honor, he is a lifelong resident of Tucson with ties to the community. He is self-employed, but he does not have enough money to post a $7,500 bond. I'd ask that the court set the bond in this case at $2,000.
Mr. Shai will set a bond of $2,000 cash secured in order that you be under the supervision of pretrial services and that you submit to any monitoring or treatment that they direct. So basically, if they call you and tell you need to do something, you need to comply, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm going to order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, and you not possess or consume any possess any firearms or weapons. And if you have any firearms in your possession, you do need to surrender them to law enforcement within 48 hours of being released. I'm gonna set the preliminary hearing in your case for September 29th at 1:30. All right, sir. And that's all I have for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
In base.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Priscilla Cassandra Fimbres, May 16, 1981.
All right, Ms. Fimbres, good evening. It's the time set for initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening based on several felony charges, including possession for sale of dangerous drug, misconduct involving a weapon, money laundering, illegal control of an enterprise, conspiracy, tampering with physical evidence, and transportation of a narcotic drug for sale. To remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm going to appoint the Pima County Legal Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with her before saying anything out loud, okay? All right. I believe Ms. Fimbres is being held on any other matter. It was rated a 2 and a 3 on the NCFTA scales. Did have community ties verified through a third party. And I do see one prior felony conviction from Pinal County in 2012. Attorney General's office recommendation is $100,000 bond. Anything to add from the Attorney General's office?
Your Honor, I would just note the significant amount of drugs involved in this case. On 3 occasions, she sold 2 pounds of fentanyl pills. And just today, she was found with 11.7 pounds of meth, and she was also flushing the methamphetamine down the toilet, as evidenced by the shards surrounded by the toilet. So we're asking for the $100,000 cash bond.
Thank you. Defense?
Your Honor, she has lived in Tucson for 23 years and has ties to the community. She does have housing and transportation through a friend that pretrial services was able to verify. She has a prior felony conviction from 2012, so that is 13 years ago. I would ask that the court set the bond at $50,000 secured.
Set the bond at $50,000 cash and order pretrial services supervise and monitor Ms. Fimbres if bond is posted. I'm going to order that she not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs and not possess any firearms or weapons. I'll set the preliminary hearing for September 29th at 1:30 in the afternoon. All right, ma'am, that's all I have for you. Thank you. You're excused. Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Kevin Elijah McKinney, 9/14/2000.
I'm sorry, a little bit fast for my ears. Can you please repeat that?
Kevin Elijah McKinney, 9/14/2000.
Thank you. Mr. McKinney, you are being seen here this evening based on a felony complaint alleging aggravated shoplifting occurring between April 11th of this year and September 13th. Remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney. And in your case, I'm going to appoint the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with her before saying anything out loud. All right. I believe Mr. McKinney's being held on any other matter in this. He was rated a 6 on a 6 on the NCFTA scales. Third-party references couldn't be reached. And it does appear that there are 2 prior felony convictions from 2021 and 2024. And it does appear there was a history of failing to appear in both of those matters, multiple failures to appear. Our county attorney's office recommendation was for $5,000 bond plus pretrial services supervision. Anything else to add from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you. Defense?
He is a lifelong resident of Tucson with ties to the community. He's also currently unemployed and unable to post any amount of bond. I would ask you to set the bond in this case at $2,000.
I'm going to impose bond $5,000 cash or secured and order pretrial services supervision for Mr. McKinney if bond is posted. I'm also going to order that he not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, that he not have any contact with any alleged victim, to include going to any incident location where these offenses allegedly occurred. Preliminary hearing will be set for September 29th at 1:30 in the afternoon. Thank you very much, sir. You're excused. Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Mariela Besani Rodriguez, 11/17/2000.
Ms. Rodriguez, good evening. This time set for your initial appearance. Excuse me. You're being seen here based on a warrant that was issued for your arrest by Judge Sue Canastra at the Pima County Superior Court. This relates to a charge of theft of a means of transportation, allegedly occurring on June 12th of this year. To remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointed the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney sitting right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions, please speak with her before saying anything out loud. Mr. Rodriguez doesn't have any holds or other matters pending. Goes rid of the 2 and a 3 on the NCFTA scales. All right. Appears Mr. Rodriguez was aware of the issuance of the warrant of the hearings, but didn't have transportation from Bisbee. It also does indicate there was some contact with pretrial services last on July the 7th. And this does appear to be the only felony matter pending. County Attorney's Office recommendation was to impose the bond in the amount of the warrant, $2,500 plus pretrial services. Anything else to add from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. Defense?
She has no prior felony convictions, and she is not high risk on the NCAs and the FTA scale. I would ask the court to consider giving her another chance at pretrial services release. If the court intends to impose a bond, I request that it be $1,000.
I'm going to honor Judge Canaster's request and set a bond of $2,500. That'll be cash or secured. I will order pretrial services supervision if bond is posted. I'll order that Ms. Rodriguez not have any contact with the alleged victim, to include going to where they work or live. Set the arraignment date for September 24th at 1:30 in the afternoon. And that's all I have for you, Ms. Rodriguez. Thank you. You're excused.
Yes, sir.
Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Dustin Joel Samson, September 20th, 1979.
Soon. Good evening. This time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening based on a felony incident complaint alleging theft of a means of transportation, allegedly occurring on May 5th of this year. To remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm going to appoint Mr. Michael Tamu to represent you. His phone number will be in the order from this evening's session.
Good.
I believe Mr. Samsoon is pending on another matter in CR 2025-3248. And the county attorney's office is requesting that Mr. Samsoon be held no bond. Is that correct?
It is, Your Honor.
Defense?
Your Honor, I don't believe that he's eligible for a no bond hold. The reason for that is that the alleged incident date on this is May 5th of 2025, and the alleged incident date on the pending felony is 6/17/25. So it would appear that this offense would not have occurred while he was on release.
Point taken, Your Honor. State asked for $15,000.
Thank you.
No objection to 15,000.
All right, then. Just by agreement of the parties. Mr. Simpson, I'm going to impose a bond of $15,000, cash secured, and order that you, if bond is posted, be under the supervision of pretrial services.
Sure.
I'm also going to order that you not have any contact of any kind with any alleged victim, to include going to where they work or live. I'll set the the preliminary hearing, excuse me, for September 29th at 1:30 in the afternoon. All right, sir. That's all I have for you. Thank you. Good evening. Will you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Mark James Stevenson Thornton, March 20th, 1998.
Mr. Thornton, good evening. This is time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening based on a felony criminal complaint alleging criminal damage allegedly occurring on March 29th of this year. I'm sorry, March 19th of this year, excuse me. To remind you, you have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to help you throughout this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with her before saying anything out loud, okay?
Wait for me.
All right. I don't believe Mr. Thorne's being held on anything besides this. Was rated a 4 and a 2 on the NCAA FTA scales. Community ties couldn't be verified. And there do appear to be 3 prior felony, out-of-state felony convictions from the state of Texas from 2017, 18, and 23. County Attorney's Office recommendation is $3,500 bond plus pretrial services. Anything else add from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Defense?
Your Honor, he has lived in Tucson for 2 years and has ties to the community. So even though there's the priors out of Texas, he is established here now. This is a criminal damage count. The allegation is that it was DUI related. However, he doesn't have any DUI history that I can see. I would ask the court to consider releasing him to pretrial services. If the court intends to impose a bond, I request that it be $1,000.
I will report to the supervision of pretrial services and order that he submit to any monitoring and treatment as directed. I'm going to order that he also not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs. I'll also order that he not have any contact of any kind with the alleged victim, to include going to where they work or live. And I'll set the preliminary hearing for October 7th at 1:30. Mr. Thornton, you're going to be released later this evening. You need to contact pretrial services as soon as you are released and stay in contact with them as well as your attorneys, so you are up to date on the status of your case. Above all else, do not miss any hearings in your case. Otherwise, a warrant could issue for your arrest and you can end up right back in custody. Okay?
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Isaac Martin Uribe, 6'9", 93.
Mr. Uribe, this is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening based on a warrant that was issued for your arrest. Appear the names on here. 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 Out of the Pima County Superior Court, related to charges of that'll be $50,000 cash was secured, and pretrial services supervision. If bond is posted, I'm also going to order Mr. Uribe not to have any contact of any kind with any alleged victim or go to their place of work or residence. I'll set the preliminary hearing for September 29th at 1:30 in the afternoon. All right, sir. That's all I have for you. Thank you. You're excused. Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Josiah Ismael Soto, 12/12/2006.
Mr. Soto, good evening. This is time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening. Looks to be based on a misdemeanor matter out of the Tucson City Court relating to charge of being under the age of 21, carrying a deadly weapon. One second. I have to remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I believe you're being held on a separate Superior Court matter. She's not in front of me. For that reason, I'm going to appoint the City Public Defender's Office to represent you. And I'm going to set the hearing for you on November 21st at 9 a.m. in front of Judge Jerry Hale at the Tucson City Court. I'm not going to hold you on this matter given that you're already being held on the felony, but I will order that you not possess any firearms or weapons and that you surrender the firearm you have in your possession to law enforcement within 48 hours of being released. I'm also going to enter pleas of not guilty on your behalf to this charge and further advise you that in addition to the right to remain silent and the right to an attorney, you also have the right to attend all hearings in this case and to include a trial where you are presumed innocent and the burden of proving you guilty is on the state, and that burden is to prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. However, if you fail to attend any hearing in your case, a warrant could issue for your arrest, charges could be filed against you, and those hearings to include a trial could proceed in your absence. Additionally, if you're found guilty at a trial and are unable to be sentenced within 90 days because of your own absence, then you may lose the ability to appeal that conviction. You understand all that, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then you will hopefully be hearing from the Tucson City Public Defender's Office. If you are somehow released from custody, please make sure and attend your hearing on the 21st. Otherwise, you can end up right back in jail, okay?
Yes.
Thank you very much. That's all I have for you. You're excused. Do we have a Spanish interpreter on the line?
Yes, sir.
Confirm, Joe. I apologize for not doing this earlier. Just confirm I'm sorry, we do have one Spanish language defendant, Mr. Castro. Is that correct?
It's on.
Yes. All of them.
Hey, Your Honor, it's the jail. We have quite a bit of refusals to come down.
Okay.
We have Anton and Castro and Noriega.
Okay, so just to confirm, Mr. Jose Maria Castro refused to come down?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Jose Noriega as well?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
And then Mr. Anton Vachon?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, well, then I'll continue all of those cases to the next session. Do we have anybody else pending to be seen this evening?
I believe not, Your Honor.
Okay, then it appears to be that's all we have. Like I said, I will take care of these other matters on my end, but with that, thanks very much. You're all excused. Have a nice evening.
Thank you, man. Have a good night.
No, the jail. No, I'll just note in the order that this matter seems to be already consolidated with another matter. I'll note in there that the felony warrant appears to be related to the separate matter.